Let's get right into it. Number 1. The mirror test. There's a moment when you catch your own reflection and feel like you're looking at a stranger. Maybe you used to care about your appearance, your routines, or your little rituals, but now it's like you're watching someone else's life on autopilot. The mirror test isn't just about physical changes. It's about that subtle, creeping sense of disconnection from yourself. You might stop doing things you once enjoyed, like styling your hair, picking out clothes you love, or even keeping up with basic self-care. It's not laziness or vanity. It's a sign your mental health is quietly slipping. You might notice you're avoiding eye contact with yourself, or you feel numb when you try to remember what used to make you happy. Sometimes you even forget what your own laugh sounds like. This isn't about being dramatic. It's about losing touch with the person you used to be. If you find yourself feeling like a background character in your own story, it's time to pay attention. The mirror test is your mind's way of waving a flag, asking you to check in, slow down, and remember that you're still in there, even if you feel far away. Number 2, the time warp trap. You sit down for what feels like 5 minutes, maybe to scroll through your phone, watch a video, or just zone out, and suddenly hours have vanished. Or maybe the opposite happens. A single hour at work drags on like an eternity, every minute stretching out painfully slow. This is the time warp trap, and it's one of the sneakiest signs your mental health is getting worse. When stress, anxiety, or depression take hold, your brain's sense of time gets scrambled. Days blur together, weekends disappear in a blink, and you can't remember what you did yesterday, let alone last week. It's not just bad time management. It's your mind's way of coping with overwhelm. You might find yourself missing appointments, forgetting important dates, or feeling like you're always running behind. The world keeps moving, but you feel stuck in slow motion or fast forward, never quite in sync. If you're constantly losing track of time or feeling like life is slipping through your fingers, it's not just a quirk, it's a warning sign. The time warp trap is your brain's SOS, telling you it's struggling to keep up with the pace of life. Number 3. Emotional static mode. Imagine turning on a radio and only hearing fuzzy static. No music, no voices, just a dull, empty hum. That's what your emotions can feel like when your mental health is on the decline. You're not especially sad or happy. You're just flat. The highs and lows that used to color your days fade into a kind of emotional gray zone. You might notice you're not laughing at jokes, not getting excited about good news, or not even feeling upset when something goes wrong. It's like your feelings are on mute and you're just going through the motions. This isn't about being cold or uncaring. It's your mind's way of protecting itself from overload. When life gets too heavy, your brain sometimes pulls the plug on strong emotions to help you survive. But living in emotional static mode can make everything feel pointless, like you're watching your own life from behind a glass wall. If you're struggling to connect with your feelings or find joy in things you used to love, it's not your fault. It's a sign your mental health needs attention, and it's okay to ask for help to turn the volume back up. Number 4, the disappearing act. You start skipping group chats, dodging calls, and making excuses to avoid plans, even with people you genuinely care about. At first, it's just a missed dinner or a late reply, but soon you're ghosting friends and family without really meaning to. This is the disappearing act, and it's a classic sign your mental health is struggling. Social energy becomes a rare resource, and even the thought of small talk feels exhausting. You might want connection, but the idea of showing up, pretending to be okay, or keeping up with conversations is overwhelming. So you retreat, telling yourself you'll reach out tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. The irony is, the more you isolate, the lonelier you feel, and the harder it gets to break the cycle. People might think you're being distant or flaky, but inside, you're just trying to protect what little energy you have left. If you notice yourself pulling away from others, not because you want to, but because you feel like you have to, it's time to check in with yourself. The disappearing act isn't about not caring. It's about survival when your mind is running on empty. Number 5. Lost for words. You start a sentence, but halfway through, the words just vanish. You forget simple names, lose your train of thought, or find yourself saying thingy and what's it called more than you'd like to admit. This isn't just a bad memory day. It's a sign your mental health might be slipping. When stress, anxiety, or depression pile up, your brain's ability to focus and recall information takes a hit. It's like your mind is running too many tabs at once and suddenly it freezes. You might pause mid-conversation, stare at the ceiling or laugh it off, but inside it can feel frustrating and even a little scary. People around you might joke about your forgetfulness, but you know it's more than that. It's your brain waving a little white flag asking for a break. If you're constantly searching for words, losing track of what you're saying, or struggling to keep up with conversations, it's not a personality quirk. It's a warning sign. Lost for words is your mind's way of telling you it's overloaded. And it's okay to slow down and give yourself some grace. Number 6. The sad song spiral. You notice your playlist has shifted from upbeat anthems to moody ballads and nostalgic tracks that tug at your heart. Suddenly, you're looping the same sad song for days, letting the lyrics echo what you can't quite say out loud. This is the sad song spiral, and it's more than just a change in taste. It's your brain searching for validation and comfort. Music taps into the same emotional centers that mental health struggles disrupt, so when you're feeling low, you gravitate towards songs that match your mood. It feels good to be understood, even if it's just by a melody. But sometimes, this spiral can dig you deeper, making it harder to break free from the heaviness. You might find yourself crying in the car, zoning out with headphones on, or using music as a shield from the world. It's not just a quirky habit. It's a sign your emotions need attention. If your soundtrack has turned somber and you can't remember the last time you danced to your favorite song, it's worth checking in with yourself. The sad song spiral is your heart's way of asking for a little extra care. Number 7. Midnight mind games. You finally crawl into bed, hoping for a few hours of peace. But your brain has other plans. Suddenly, every worry, regret, and embarrassing memory from years ago comes rushing in, turning your pillow into a battleground. You toss and turn, negotiating with your mind for just a little rest, but sleep slips further away the harder you chase it. This is midnight mind games, and it's a sign your mental health is struggling to find calm. Maybe you fall asleep only to wake up at 3 a.m., heart racing, mind spinning, or maybe you sleep for hours but wake up feeling just as tired as when you started. Your body is exhausted, but your thoughts refuse to settle. It's not just insomnia. It's your mind's way of processing stress, anxiety, and unresolved feelings. If your nights are filled with restless thoughts and your mornings with exhaustion, it's time to listen to what your brain is trying to tell you. Midnight mind games aren't just about lost sleep. They're a signal that you need support, rest, and a little more kindness.